Good evening, everyone, and welcome into Harmon Field, where tonight the 4-3 Wapakoneta Redskins welcome in the 0-7 Van Wert Cougars in a WBL matchup. As the Cougars come in hungry for their first win of the season and facing off against the Redskin team that is coming off a 14-0 wet and sloppy victory over the St. Mary's Rough Riders. This Van Wert Cougars team coming off a 20-14 loss versus Defiance. That one came down to a 41-yard touchdown pass with 46 seconds left. It lifted the Bulldogs over the Cougars. However, despite totaling only 107 yards of offense in that ball game, head coach Keith Recker said that that was one of the best ball games his team has played this year, and said that their ability to persevere after being down 14-0 is something he was inspired by. Redskins will take the opening kickoff as they won the toss and elected to receive, and a short return will put them at the 30-yard line. Looked like Gary Grass got a hold of Johnny Crawford there, and the senior goes down. It's senior night here in Wapak, and we will take a look at the Redskin offense. They will come out with sophomore quarterback Cody Morgan at the helm, making his second career start. 5'10", 150-pound sophomore quarterback. Did not make a lot of pass attempts last week. Here's the handoff up the middle, and the Redskins will likely lean on the running game quite a bit. That was Miracle with the first carry. Miracle, a senior, 6 foot, 190-pounder out of the backfield. Morgan will bring him to the line of scrimmage after the 3-yard run by Miracle brings up a 2nd down and 7. Here's the handoff. Greavy brings it to the near side across the 35. He'll be tripped up and brought down short of the short of the first down marker at the 38-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd down and short. Redskins come into the ball game averaging 361 yards of total offense per game. 219 of those yards come on the ground, 142 through the air on average, and they come in averaging 25 points a game. Their opponents averaging 281 yards of total offense against this Redskin team. Here's the handoff to Schmergy off the right side, and the short yardage back gets across the 40 up to about the 42-yard line and picks up the first down of the evening for the Redskins. This Van Wert defense has been on the field a lot this season. Their offense on the Van Wert side averaging only 124 yards a game, and that's the worst in the WBL. As Morgan under center will hand off. And off the right side, Wendell will get across the 45 up to the 46-yard line. So the Redskins so far using their full stable of running backs to move the ball downfield, and they move it up to the 46-yard line. This defense for the Van Wert Cougars, their opponents average 409 yards of total offense per game, 158 of those yards on the ground, 252 through the air. And here's a handoff off the left side. Got maybe a yard. It'll bring up a 3rd down and about 4.
3rd down, Redskins.
Opponents of this Cougars team are averaging 37 points a game. So this defense has been a little bit porous, and I think a big contributing factor to that is the amount of time that they are spending on the field each night. 9:47 remaining here in the first quarter as we are just underway here at Harmon Field. Morgan will be under center on a 3rd down and 6. Handoff to the near side. Greavy is going to be stopped short of the first down marker. He'll get up close to the midfield stripe, and it'll leave him about 2 yards short of the first down.
4th down for the Redskins.
They bring in Schmergy, who has handled the ball a lot on these short yardage situations. And Coach Fry electing to go for it here on a 4th and 2. Schmergy in the backfield. He'll get the handoff off the right side, and he plows forward. It'll be close. Depending on the spot, it looks like he'll be very close to the first down, and we'll see where they spot it. This looks like one that they're going to need to bring the chains across, and they will. So Schmergy, as we talked about, has been a guy that they lean on a lot in the short yardage situations. But his biggest contribution to this team has been defensively. The 6'1", 215-pound junior linebacker leads the team with 72 tackles, puts him 4th in the WBL as you look at the handoff going off the right side there. They bringing chains across. And it looks like they'll have the first down, and they do. So a fourth down conversion for the Redskins keeps this drive moving. And it'll be a first down for the Redskins at the Van Wert 48-yard line. Morgan will bring him to the line of scrimmage. He has yet to attempt a pass. He is 3 of 6 on the year. And he rolls out to the right. Now he's going to run it. And he ducks back into the pile. He picks up maybe a yard. And if that play was intended to be a pass play, he gave up on the pass part of it very quickly. 8:38 remaining first quarter. I'm Dan Hirn along with Todd Utrup. And Todd, so far, we've seen kind of what we expected out of the Redskin offense. They've run it, and then they ran it again.
Absolutely. That's the Doug Fry way. That's what they like to do, especially, at a time where, well, let me back up a second.
Okay.
Prior to the Kyle Gibson injury, they threw a lot this year compared to years past. But obviously, with your offensive leader going down,
right,
definitely changes things a little bit.
Right. Wendell with the carry off the right side, and it'll bring up a third down. And really at this stage in Morgan's development as a quarterback, he is more skilled at running the ball than he is throwing the ball. And that you see that at a lot of different levels. Absolutely,
and it'll come with time. As he gets more and more experience, more and more reps in practice, the throwing game will come around.
Here's the pitch to Miracle, looking for the corner. This play strung out well by the Cougar defense, and he's going to be brought down back at the 47-yard line, and that's going to force a punt situation for the Redskins.
Nice stop there by the Cougars, stopping them from getting to the outside, and could have had a really good gain on that play had they not contained him. So definitely got to give him credit on that play.
Cameron Locke out there to punt it away. He stands at his own 40-yard line. Puts the foot into it. It'll hit at about the 21-yard line and skip out of bounds. Looks like may have taken a Van Wert bounce on that bounce to the sideline. It'll go out at the 23-yard line. So we'll see the Cougar offense for the first time tonight with 7:09 left here in the first quarter. No score. And the Cougars come into this game 0-7. But as we talked about a little bit earlier, Keith Recker, their head coach, says they played their best game of the season last week against Defiance, a game they lost in the last seconds of the game. On a 41-yard touchdown pass with 46 seconds left. So we'll see if they have taken that improvement and bring it here this week. Here's a pitch. They go to the left side. It'll come up to about the 24-yard line. Gain of maybe a yard on the play.
Credit Brandon Miller with the tackle. Coming across the middle, made a nice hit. Bring down the ball carrier.
Miller has been one of the stellar players on this defense all year long. Second on the team in tackles. So a gain of 2 on the play as they mark it just inside the 25-yard line. So 2nd down and 8 coming up. Shotgun formation. Tyler Williams, the quarterback, out of the shotgun. Has a back on his right hip. He is back to pass, looking to the near side. He fires, and that one is going to go out of bounds on the near side. And the Van Wert faithful looking for a pass interference call there.
And they would have they would have it right, except for the ball was thrown out of bounds, I believe. I believe it was an uncatchable ball. As you saw, it landed well out of bounds. But Johnny Crawford did make a lot of contact. He had turned around. As you see here on the play, in the replay, the contact had already been made by the point that they came into the picture there. He actually did turn to check out the ball, but it could have been easily an interference call had the throw been a little bit more on target.
And what you didn't see in that frame was the ball.
Right.
So you could see a lot of field there, but not the ball. So Williams will work out of the shotgun again now on a 3rd down and 8. He has 2 receivers to his right, 1 to the far side on the left. And they'll hand it off on the draw, and it goes nowhere.
for Van Wert, brought down by Kirby and Henderson.
And the
We'll bring up
ball carrier was number 16, which does not appear on our roster.
We'll try to figure that out here as time goes on and see if we can determine who number 16 is, whether that's somebody that moved up to the squad this week and didn't make it to the roster, or if there was a uniform change at the last minute, possibly.
Coming into tonight, the leading rusher for Van Wert was Caleb Lloyd with 81 carries and 318 yards. But the Redskin defense puts up a stop, and a good return here by Greavy across midfield. He will escape one tackler and get down to about the 41-yard line. So the Redskins will have outstanding field position to start their second possession.
And you know, you always hear him talk about battle of field position, and that's exactly what that little exchange was. You know, Wapak got stopped, punted. Their D did a good job and held the Cougars to have to punt, and then obviously a good return by Greavy. Obviously, Redskins now taking over at the 40 for Van Wert, and just slowly inching down there, and that's just trying to win that battle of field position.
And now with 5:42 left in the first quarter, this Van Wert defense has been on the field the majority of that time. Pass over the middle, caught by Greavy inside the 20 down to about the 14-yard line. And a nice connection there from Morgan to Greavy.
Morgan that time put it right on the money. Greavy had to reach out, full extension, I believe, just sort of having to dive to make the play. That's just about as perfect as you can get it, to not, to allow your receiver to keep his running, keep moving forward on the play.
And if we get a chance to take another look at that play, it looked like there were two Cougars in the area.
I believe you're right.
Here's the handoff. Left side, and the up back got it. It looks like Wendell with the carry.
Actually,
maybe Miracle
I think it was Miracle on that particular play, but obviously Redskins knocking on the door last week. Really battled some internal problems last week trying to score once they got into the red zone. So we'll see if that continues this week or if they're able to actually kind of punch it in.
Sounded like the weather was working against them last week as well.
Absolutely, it was definitely a horrible week last week for the weather.
Second down and 7, and here's the reverse to Greavy, and he is going to find space and find the corner for the touchdown.
Just a well-called play that time by the coaching staff for the Redskins. That was an easy play. Basically went in untouched on the left side. We'll see if we get a chance to look at it here on the replay, but just an overall great play call. Here's another look at it. You see Greavy kind of going around the left side. Nobody's going to really touch him.
Right. Good misdirection there. And Greavy has decent speed. He can pull away from defenders, and he did just that. Extra point attempt is up, and it is good. And so with 4:46 left in our first quarter, the Redskins get on the board first. They lead 7-0 here at Harmon Field. You're watching high school football on TSC.
So, you think just because you're from a small town, you can't have everything that the big towns have? Wrong. At TSC, we offer over 300 digital cable channels to you right here in the heart of the Midwest. Surprised? Don't be. We're TSC. No contracts, no gimmicks, and everything is straightforward and down to earth. Order your digital cable package today, and the HD is free. Now you're talking smart.
When you see an orange truck, you think GA Windsor & Son Company. But the next time you see an orange GA Windsor & Son truck, we want you to think green. Why green? Because GA Windsor & Son are the original recyclers. Using a modern fleet of trucks, GA Windsor & Son Company collects food co-products from restaurants, food retailers, and food manufacturers in Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, and Kentucky. These food co-products are used to manufacture quality livestock and pet care feed ingredients. So the next time you see an orange GA Windsor & Son truck, think green.
Back here at Harmon Field, the Redskins set to kick off after they take the lead 7-0 on a 10-yard touchdown run by Alex Greavy. And Todd, you talked about the battle for field position. They were able to win that battle and take advantage of it. They started that drive at the 41-yard line as the flag comes down on the kickoff.
And we're going to have an offside. Basically an offsides call here for the Redskins, so they'll march them back.
It's like icing, right?
Right. And that's the one difference here with high school. They blow it dead immediately on the play. And we'll re-kick from the 35. It's Ewing doing the kicking. Matt Ewing, senior kicker for the Redskins.
It is senior night tonight here at Harmon Field. They had a nice ceremony before introducing all the senior athletes.
A good night to have, a senior night. It's a nice, clear night. It's a little chilly, but unlike several weeks this football season where we had lots of rain, it's supposed to be dry tonight. So
and
overall, a good night.
Hopefully no lightning. Across the 32 up to the 30, well, I guess right up to the 33-yard line. So the Cougars will have decent field position to start their next possession. And Williams will bring them out. Tyler Williams, their starting quarterback, wearing number 26, 5'11", 174-pound junior. Offensively, last week they got a lot of spark from Chris Miller, who wears number 2. He was the one involved in that play that the Cougars were looking for the pass interference on. He had a couple of touchdowns in the game last week. Here's a run to the near side. And it's Schmergy with the tackle.
It's exactly what you're looking for when you're the defensive coordinator. Guy steps up, breaks him down, takes him to the ground.
Right.
Just absolutely perfect. Schmergy doing a wonderful job on that play.
Well, and he did something that you see less and less of in football is he used his arms to actually grab onto the running back instead of just trying to knock him over.
You see, the pro guys making big hits on every play. And unfortunately, a lot of times the younger players think they need to do that too and don't learn the proper mechanics. But, they obviously Schmergy did a good job. Now this time we're going to have pass interference. It's going to be called on Dietering on the far side. Obviously was trying to wrap up the receiver well before the ball was, even close to being there.
Right. Williams had good time back there, good blocking from the offensive line up front to give him a chance to throw that ball because it seemed like a slow developing play. But the ball will be spotted at the 48-yard line. And be a first down and 10 for the Cougars.
Just getting word that number 16 is Justice Messer, I believe, if we heard that correctly, for Van Wert.
Williams rolling out to the near side, gets pressure and is brought down short of the line of scrimmage, so sacked for the Redskin defense, back to the 46-yard line. Justice Messer. That's
the way I understand it. Okay. So we'll try to narrow that down or firm it up a little more at halftime. We have the Van Wert coaching staff here in our press box, but they're a little busy right now. So they don't really want to talk to anybody up here too much right now. But maybe as soon as the halftime hits, we can confirm that.
Two receivers to the left on a 2nd down and 12 for the Cougars. Williams looking to run it himself, takes it up the middle, and he'll get back up to the 50-yard line.
It's going to be brought down from behind by Nathan Bracey on that play. Bracey doing a good job pursuing from behind to get the ball carrier.
Gain of 4 makes it a 3rd down and 8. We talked about this offense. They have struggled this year. They average only 124 yards a game, 57 of those on the ground, 66 through the air, and they average only 7 points a game. So they have had their struggles offensively. 4 receivers set here on a 3rd down and long. Williams over to the left side, and that pass going to be incomplete. Look for Terrence Branson on the left side, and
Crawford was right there to break it up. Nice defensive play. Had he even caught the ball, I'm sure, based on watching Crawford play in the past, I'm sure he would have wrapped him up and would have brought him down well short. But now we're in a situation where it's 4th and long, trying to see what Van Wert's going to do on this play if they are going to punt it away. It doesn't look like it. Looks like they're going to go for it. And they do come out as if they're going to go for it here. We'll see if they do a little pooch punt.
4th down and 8 at midfield, and it will be the kick.
Oh, and it's blocked. Wow. And it's going to be picked up by the Redskins, and he's going to fall down. Nate Valentine trying to make a play on the ball and slipped and then fell down to a knee. Otherwise, that could have been 6 the other way.
Right. Yeah, that started out poorly for the Cougars, but ended about as well as it could have.
Yeah, you're right. I'm anxious to see if we get a chance to see the replay here to see if the kick was actually blocked by a Redskins or to see if it went right off of a teammate's back. Big lineman, and it did go off at number 78. Daniel Patterson was pushed back. Guys in the truck, if you can, rewind that just a little bit so we can see who, if you get a chance to see who was pushing him back real quick.
You know, he was getting moved backwards, that's for sure. Looks like Schoenlein that had him moving backwards.
Well, while we were trying to decipher that, the Redskins had a short running play over to the right side, picked up a couple to bring up, I believe, about 2nd and 6. 2nd and 7, they'll call it officially on the scoreboard.
2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Redskins with a 7-0 lead and working with fantastic field position again.
That's one of those dangers, going back to that punt that went awry. It's one of those dangers of having your quarterback do that. He's so close to the line, and obviously the Redskins got a good push the lineman right back, into the punt, and that's something you don't see very often.
Right.
I mean, you just don't.
Right.
But obviously it's because quarterbacks aren't punting the ball from that spot very often either.
Right. Gravy with the carry there on 2nd down, picks up about 3 down to the 36-yard line.
Crawford split out far to the right. Look for a run here by number 5. It's going to be
Wendell.
It's going to be very close to the first down. We'll have to wait on the official spot.
Good second effort there by Wendell as he hit a hole. But got kind of bunched up. We'll take another look at it here.
Good work by our camera guys there to follow the play to the end. So they'll take an official timeout here to measure.
Second time the chain gang has been brought in tonight. But again, the Redskins using multiple backs tonight. We've seen Greavy carry the ball. We've seen Smirgy carry the ball. Miracles carried it. Wendell and Morgan, all of them.
And it is a first down for the Redskins. So we're coming up on a minute to go here in the first quarter. Things are going very well for Wapakoneta tonight. We'll see if they can't keep this going here on this drive.
Morgan brings him to the line. First down and 10 at the 32-yard line. He will roll out to the near side, looking to run it. He's tripped up and he'll be brought down. May have gained a yard on the play up to the 31-yard line.
Nick Wolford with the stop was able to track him down from behind. It started off as a good-looking bootleg there. Thought it was going to be a big gainer, but Wolford made a great play, as you'll see here in the replay from our end zone camera. Wolford just tracks him down, is able to bring him down.
Good pursuit. So under 30 seconds to play first quarter. 2nd down and 9. Morgan again rolling out to the right, looking to throw, fires it, and it's incomplete. Over the right side, he was looking to hook up with Chrysler.
He had him, just missed him. You know, that's one of those things that's going to come with experience. You know, it was again very well designed. The bootleg did its job, and he had a nice room to run, and his guy was there, just missed the target.
Well, and it's only his second pass attempt here tonight, so he will get other opportunities. 3rd down and 9 now, with just 16 seconds left first quarter. Morgan brings the play in from the sideline.
Looks like we have a player taking a knee on the far side of the Redskins huddle. It looks like he's tying his shoe. So he gets that reset, and then now they'll start the play clock. So we'll get going here with 16 seconds.
Greavy wide to the right, Crawford wide to the left. Morgan rolls out right side under some pressure. He is going to be hit and dropped at about the original line of scrimmage.
Lucas Sullivan with the tackle on the play.
So a 4th down coming up for the Redskins, and it'll be 9 yards to go, but we'll take a look at that when we come back. As the first quarter expires here at Harmon Field, the Redskins on top by a score of 7-0. You're watching high school football on TSC.
When you think of protecting your assets, there's more than just your home and car. There's also your life and your family's future. Ensure those you love most are taken care of with protection planning. Life changes and opportunities occur. Look to someone you can trust with a customized approach. Minster Bank's Private Wealth Management Group, investment and insurance products. Not FDIC insured, may lose value, no bank guarantee.
4th down and long coming up for the Redskins as we're back here at Harmon Field for the start of the second quarter. Redskins with a 7-0 lead and facing a 4th down and 9. Morgan out of the shotgun.
We're going to have a false start.
That's going to make it a little bit harder on 4th down.
So they'll march it back, and that make this play a lot more difficult.
They move it back outside of the 35 to the 36-yard line.
That was my best John Madden impersonation. Go back 5 yards. It's going to make it more difficult.
Morgan again out of the shotgun. They're going to give him another chance to pass. Now he's going to run it. He will take it to the far side of the field. And he ran into his old buddy, number 33, Nick Wolford.
It almost looked like he had a shot with Crawford on the far side, but I think he either had crossed the line of scrimmage or he was afraid he had. Once he starts to scramble here to the left, Crawford does pop open a little bit deep on the left side. You see him out there in the background there coming in at the end of the play. He was open, but by the time Morgan saw him, it was too late. He had already crossed the line of scrimmage.
From the way he was carrying the ball, it looked like he was pretty committed to running it. Williams will work out of the shotgun, and the Cougars will come out with 4 receivers. Williams back, lobs it to the right side, coming up short, and a flag comes down on the far side.
They're going to get Greavy on pass interference. He never turned around to look at the play. To be honest with you, it did not look like a lot of contact. It looked like Greavy was running straight down the field. And really, contact was very incidental, but nonetheless, that's what the officials call, and that's what, all that matters.
So the pass was clearly underthrown, and Branson was coming back to the ball. He had double coverage over there. So I think the pass interference call was the best case scenario for the Cougars in that situation. Branson wide to the near side. He has Miller in a slot inside of him. And again, Williams is working out of the shotgun. Messer in motion in the backfield.
They're going to get them for
well, I think they had 2 different guys shift.
Yeah, they had a fault. They're going to call it a false start. So they'll march back 5.
False start.
So a first down and 15 now. Well, I was just thinking that we need to get the officials more involved in this game because I haven't seen enough flags yet. We've been through 1 quarter already. Same formation here on a first down and 15 now. Here's the pitch. Messer to the near side. He'll get across midfield to the 49-yard line, so basically back to the original line of scrimmage.
That's all they need to do. First down and 15, get a chunk of it back. So this can start to become more and more manageable on 2nd down and 3rd down as the downs progress. So now they're going to be looking at a 2nd and 10 or just under 10. So they can do the same thing again, get it down to a 3rd and 5 or 3rd and 4, even better than that. That's the main thing for their offense. And when you don't have a lot of high-powered weapons, you got to just keep chipping away.
Right. Williams again out of the shotgun. Let me change the play there. It'll be a handoff, and Messer comes to the near side, dives forward to about the 46-yard line. So a short gain on the play of about 3 yards. 3rd down and 7 coming up. 10:38 remaining here in the half, and the Redskins on top by a score of 7-0. Cougars come to the line of scrimmage again. Williams out of the shotgun. He has Miller wide to the far side. 2 men in a slot inside of him. and Branson wide to the near side. Williams under pressure from Schmergy, and he is going to be drilled and brought down back inside Cougar territory at the 48-yard line.
Schmergy got to him and held him up. He then got some help from his teammates, Valentine and Brandon Miller, both getting in there to finish it off.
His pocket broke down quickly.
Even a little push that time from Bracey as well. So 4 Redskins get some penetration inside to sack the quarterback.
In a more conventional punt situation here for the Cougars. Good snap, and the kick is away. High kick sails toward the left side. It'll go out of bounds, and it looks like the Redskins will end up with pretty good field position. See where they spot this one. It looks like it's going to be right at the 39-yard line. So the Redskins have taken advantage of their good field position so far tonight. They've really been close to Cougar territory on most of their starts.
You know, and the Cougars have been shooting themselves in the foot as well. Their punting game is pretty much non-existent.
Mm-hmm.
They had a punt a few possessions ago that was very short, and then of course the one that the quarterback kicked off the back of his lineman. Crawford making a nice move to break the tackle, gets it up to the 48.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this, and then to finish that thought I had, you know, then this very last punt again, very, very short.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to have to watch and see as this game progresses to see if that will factor into the play calling when it gets to 4th down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if it gets to be later in the game and they're down a score or two, they might get a little bit more, you know, risky with their play calling, just knowing that if they're only getting 15 yards a punt,
right.
It's not going to hurt much. You're not losing much,
right?
You know, to go for it on a 4th and long.
Morgan under center, back to pass, second pass in a row, and he is looking for Crawford to the near side, overthrew him just a little bit. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 2. I like the play call on a 2nd down and short.
Absolutely, nice play call. It was very close. You know, when he first threw that, it didn't look like there was any chance that was even going to come close. But obviously Crawford closed on the ball. But obviously so did Miller. So that might have, you know, it would have been very difficult to get a completion on the way that ball was thrown. You know, that's something where, you know, Morgan needs to throw it, you know, a little bit more, maybe a little bit more loft on that play and get it down the field a little bit farther.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to give credit to Miller too. He had the position on the wide receiver,
right,
and there really was no opening there.
Little or no gain on that play, and a 4th down and 2 coming up. Now that matchup of Crawford and Miller will be an interesting one to watch as this game goes on, because Miller comes in tied for first in the WBL with 4 interceptions on the season, so he's an athletic guy. 4th down and 1 now, and no surprise, Schmergy gets the handoff off the left side. He bounces off a couple of tacklers and powers his way down to about the 45-yard line.
It looked like the Cougars weren't totally ready for that play.
Mm-hmm.
The Redskins got to the line of scrimmage in a hurry. A little bit of scrambling around by the defense, and obviously Schmergy, just a very strong runner, breaking it off the left side.
So another 1st down for the Redskins. Now 8 minutes to play in this half. This has been a pretty fast-paced first half to this point. Morgan back to pass again, this time caught by Crawford on the near side as he shook the defense of Miller and is brought down as he gets to the 36-yard line.
Be just short of a 1st down. So we're going to once again be in that perfect situation, 2nd and very short. Great opportunity for, you know, a play action type situation.
Morgan looking more and more comfortable as this game goes on. Handoff, Miracle off the right side. He has the 1st down inside the 35 to the 32.
Just a miracle ball here by Ryan Stolen. Good for the Redskins.
So another 1st down for the Cougars. Ball at the Van Wert 32-yard line. Morgan with a handoff to Greavy around the left side. He's met at the line of scrimmage, but he'll still push his way up to about the 30-yard line, so a couple on the first down carry.
He looked like he was going to be stopped maybe for a loss on that play and was able to power forward. So you got to give him a lot of credit to the senior.
And Greavy has been he's been in the mix a little bit in the backfield at the wideout spot, but he has performed in each game this year. Here's Miracle to the right side, has a hole, gets up to the 25-yard line as a flag comes down from the back judge. It'll be holding.
Holding is the call, so they'll march it back 10 from around the 30. We'll see where they actually spot it.
So the officials spot this one at about the 40-yard line. And a second down. Yeah, it looks like about 18, excuse me. And they'll say second down.
Yeah, second 18 is correct. Crawford goes out to the far side all by himself. They're going to look to do a little bit of a screen.
They set it up to Miracle. He escapes one man, and he would have been stopped for a big loss, about 4-yard loss, but he's able to escape and scramble for a couple yards of gain.
You know, the Van Wert defenders tonight having a tough time wrapping up. You know, we gave some credit earlier to the Redskins, you know, for breaking down their tackles and doing it the right way. And Van Wert just struggling here a little bit as of late, trying to stop, you know, these ball carriers for Wapakoneta. If they're not going to be able to wrap those guys up, they're going to have a hard time staying in this game.
It brings up a 3rd down and 17. Morgan again back to pass.
Open
Fires
down
it
the middle.
And Chrysler has it inside the 10. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line. And that is how you convert a 3rd down and 17.
Senior tight end that time just streaked right down the middle. Obviously, I don't think he was bumped off the line at all. It was just blew by the defense, and Wapak had the spread formation basically set up and had the defense spread out to the point where the middle was just left wide open.
Yeah, he had enough space in there for a family reunion. But it'll be 1st down and goal at the 6-yard line. Morgan with the handoff. It'll be Wendell to the right side. He dives toward the goal line.
He's going to be short. He's going to be down about the 1.
Josh Wendell looking for a touchdown. Comes up just a little bit short. He is one of the seniors we talked about tonight on senior night. Smirgy in there.
I bet it's quarterback sneak.
Good call. Morgan will keep it and go in for the 2nd touchdown of the night.
Once again, channeling my favorite announcer of all time, John Madden, with the obvious. Good score for the Redskins, pushing it to 13-0. We'll watch Ewing here on the extra point.
Ewing trying to make this a 14-0 Wapak lead. The hold is down, the kick is up, and it is good. 4:51 remaining here in the half, and the Redskins with a 14-0 lead over the Van Wert Cougars. You're watching high school football on TSC.
If you want to check your red 50-50 tickets, the winning number this evening.
Are you hungry for some great food? Then come get some at CJ's Pizza. With fantastic prices and amazing food, you can't go wrong no matter what you order. Every Friday night during the football season, stop in and get an 18-inch 2-topping pizza and 20 wings for $25 between 4 and close. CJ's Pizza has 2 locations, the Grandview Plaza in Wapakoneta and on Main Street in Cridersville. CJ's Pizza. Come get some.
Redskins set to kick it off with 4:51 remaining here in this first half at Harmon Field. And the Redskins capping another solid drive with a quarterback sneak by Cody Morgan to make it a 14-0 lead.
As we joked around on that last play, as we see Lloyd here with the return.
He escapes up across the 25 to the 28-yard line.
And we joked around on that last offensive play with the touchdown. You know, I was starting to say, I bet and then obviously the play happened. You know, I was going to throw out there that I was going to guess that it was Schmergy, you know, which obviously makes a ton of sense. He's the big bruiser, pushes the tacklers around, and looked like he would have an easy touchdown if he was given the ball. But you got to give credit to the offensive coaches here, and Coach Fry, obviously as the offensive coordinator. The quarterback sneak in that situation can work well when they're expecting that big bruiser in the back. They're waiting to time that.
Right.
And, of course, while you're waiting for that, the quarterback is sneaking it in. So, again, just a good play call.
Here's the handoff out of the shotgun. And it's Messer. I hope we're using the right name because he's not on our roster. But we'll make sure we get that correct. But a short gain there on the first down carry, maybe a yard. 2nd down and 9. And this Van Wert offense is really struggling to get anything going. They were, however, down 14-0 to Defiance last week before rallying to even things up. They did eventually fall by a score of 20-14, but they did not give up. This pass behind Branson and incomplete. Well, Williams apparently is not afraid to throw into coverage, so we've seen him do that tonight. But now a 3rd down and 10 coming up for the Cougars. They will come out with a 4-receiver set. 3 to the near side on the left, 1 to the far side right. Williams looking to the right, fires it out there and overthrows Branson, his intended receiver, at about midfield.
Branson had a step or two, and you know, the ball would have been thrown. You know, it's not that the ball was underthrown. Really, I think what happened on that play was Branson kind of gave up a little bit. He slowed down on that play. If we get a chance to see that on a replay, but it looked like he slowed down, not sure if the ball was coming. Then he tried to speed back up, but by then the ball was already over his head and incomplete. So 4th down, and you know, the Cougars lining up like they're going to go for it. Now we're going to have a timeout called.
So the Cougars will take a timeout with 3:58 remaining in the half. Redskins on top by a score of 14-0, and you are watching high school football on TSC.
Who do I call?
Since 1946, home and business owners have trusted Frost Roofing to help make the best roofing decision for their home building and budget.
Do you guarantee your work?
With an industry-leading 50-year labor and materials guarantee on select certainteed shingles, Frost Roofing has you covered.
So, what if I decide to move?
Frost will transfer this incredible warranty to the new owners, increasing the value of your home.
Church, home, or business, Frost Roofing offers you the comfort of knowing your roofing system is guaranteed by a professional roofer.
Keith Ricker takes a timeout to talk things over as the Cougars face a 4th down and 10, and initially they looked like they were going to go for it, Todd. And you talked about this as a possibility with the way their punting has gone so far.
You know, they have struggled. They have absolutely struggled. There's no nice way to say that tonight. Right. For whatever reason, they've been struggling on the punting side of the game. So eventually at some point, you know, you got to think that they're going to do that. They get this one off. Going to get a good bounce, and so it's going to be a good verdict this time.
Yep, eventually kicks out of bounds at about the 33-yard line on the Redskins side of the field. So a solid punt there for Williams, but it didn't start out very well because the low snap. So many things can go wrong in that situation. And
you know, the Redskins got a lot of pressure on them as well, and that's something that I would be concerned about. You know, if I was, you know, a member of the coaching staff for Van Wert, Redskins keep getting in there like that, they're going to eventually get to him again. So, you know, we'll have to keep monitoring that as the game progresses.
Miracle comes to the near side, shakes off a couple of tacklers. He's still on the loose at midfield. Down the near side of the 40. Hit by Miller, and he'll go down at the 30 and maybe the 28-yard line, but the flag is down.
We have 2 flags down on the play in 2 different spots. So we're going to have to wait for the officials to sort this one out.
The first flag looked like it might possibly be a face mask on the Van Wert tackler. The other one I did not see until the end of the play.
So
take a look at this here. See, now that was where I thought it might possibly be a face mask penalty, but looking at that play,
Yeah, the official called or signaled for a hold and a block in the back. They're two separate fouls. So obviously Van Wert's going to take advantage of the one that will result in the more favorable spot, as we'll see them sort it out.
Well, that holding penalty will back the Skins up. And with that marched off from the spot of the foul puts them, it really only cost them a yard. First down and 11.
We're getting word here from our crack staff in the truck that it wasn't exactly a block in the back. It was a trip, or he tripped on his own. Actually, is what I meant to say. But there's still 2 fouls on the play, so it wouldn't have mattered even if the one that they settled on or the block in the back really wasn't accurate. It still wouldn't have mattered. As you see, the Redskins get a short gain on that first down play.
Yeah, Miracle with a couple yards off the left side. Second down and 9 now. That holding penalty, however, did erase a very nice run by Miracle.
Certainly did.
He will have the ball again, this time left side, up across the 40, and he'll be brought down as he gets to about the 43-yard line.
I think they're going to give him the spot. It looks favorable.
And it will be a first down. The Redskins the Redskins coaching staff must see something they really like about the way that play has worked, because they've run it now 3 times in pretty close order, and it's been successful each time.
You know, until Van Wert's going to stop it, you know, why not?
Right.
Keep running it until they can prove they can stop it.
Miracle out here to the near side. He's going to have more yardage up across midfield to the 45 to the 44-yard line of the Van Wert Cougars.
Nice block on that play near the end of the play by Alex Garivi. Really helped him get another 5 or 6 yards. We'll see if we watch it here. Right here, you see he seals it the inside, allows Miracle to get about 5 more yards, or at least 5 more that was untouched. Let's put it that way.
Another first down for the Redskins, and Morgan working again out of the shotgun.
Looking for Crawford.
Fires it over the middle of the field and incomplete, overthrew him.
He was looking for Crawford the entire time, and the Cougars had it well defended. Miller and can't quite get the jersey number on the guy on the other side. Looks like number 5, Michael Smelzer.
Yep. Well, the ground game has been so successful, Todd, so far with what the Redskins have been trying to do, that now you see them backing Morgan up into the shotgun a little bit more. He looks a lot more comfortable throwing the ball than maybe that we thought he would be initially.
Right. And you know, this is part of the growing experience as well. You know, you get in these situations where you can take a couple shots. It'll help him as he grows and matures as a quarterback. You know, obviously every game is different, but this particular game, Redskins are, you know, only up 2 touchdowns, but seem to be well in control. They seem to be dominating the line of scrimmages on both sides of the ball, moving it fairly well. You know, it's really just going their way. So, you know, it allows Coach Fry to take a couple chances. As he'll take another one here, but Morgan will scramble to the left side, get just a couple.
He'll be a little bit short of the first down. Probably a 4th down and 3 coming up, and this is a situation here where you'll probably see Coach Fry go for it.
Yeah, I would think so. You know, you have to have confidence in your offensive line and your backs to pick up these couple yards, but more importantly, he has a lot of confidence right now in his defense that giving up this field position, if they do not convert, is not going to be that big a deal.
Miracle brings it out to the near side, and he's going to be hit. He'll be close to the first down.
It's going to depend on the spot, and they'll probably measure for this one. It's that close.
He moved it down inside the 35. He needed the 34 for the first down. And it looks like they will call for the chains.
While they're waiting for the chains, we'll talk real briefly about something our viewers may or may not have noticed on our scoreboard at the top of our screen, at the very far right, to the right of the down and distance. There's a counter that is counting down. As you see it now, it's at 00 with the red background. That obviously is the play clock, and our play clock system is an automated system that is based off of what the scoreboard indicates here in the stadium. So as we watch the replay here, Miracle picking up the first down.
Good stiff arm there by Miracle. It really gave him the opportunity to advance the ball a little bit farther as he got some space between himself and Logan Ray. We'll get back to the thought there, Todd, as the Redskins line up for first down and 10. Morgan looking down the left side, and that ball is tipped and nearly picked off.
Miller had a beat on that one, just off his fingertips. So what I was saying before, as you see the clock is ticking down, now it disappears. It's an automated function. When this clock comes on, when it gets down to 15 seconds with the white background, and when it gets to 5 seconds or less, it's supposed to pop up in red. So the accuracy of when that's running and how long it's on the screen is all dependent upon our favorite scoreboard operators here at Harmon Field.
Back to pass, Morgan. He
wide
lobs it
open
out to the near side, and all by himself is Miracle. He will roll into the end zone for a touchdown.
Only thing you could say on that was a great play call with obviously busted coverage.
Right.
Obviously busted. He was wide open. Nobody, I think, even knew he was out there.
Yeah, Miracle had all the space he needed. And Morgan connects for the touchdown.
Here's another look at it. Good fake. As you see Morgan turn and fire, and as you saw as the camera panned, nobody even in the picture, and still not until the very, very end.
Extra point is up and good. With 1:04 left in the half, the Redskins open up a 21-0 lead. You are watching high school football on TSC.
Owen Kitchen and Bath Showroom has been family owned and operated since 1990. We can help you from start to finish with your entire project. Let one of our professional designers put the final touches on your project. Owen Kitchen and Bath now has 2 showrooms to better serve you in Wapakoneta and Lima. Owen Kitchen and Bath, cabinetry that will take your breath away at prices that won't.
21-0, the Redskins with a 3-touchdown lead over the Van Wert Cougars with 1:04 remaining here in the half. And Cody Morgan doing a good job of answering questions about his skill as a passer here tonight. Handoff, the return up there to the 27-yard line. Go ahead, Todd.
Caleb Lloyd with the return. Looked like for a moment there, as he got caught up in the air, he was really kind of getting hung out to dry, and that's when fumbles can happen really easily. So I was looking for that on that play after he got in the air, but nothing doing. So the Cougars will start here at the 27. They definitely need to get something going here. Not a lot of time left here on the clock. So we'll see what they elect to do, if they're going to try to get aggressive down the field, or if they're going to just kind of run the clock out and go into the break.
They'll have the ball to start this second half, so they would love to get anything going offensively. Here's Miller. He takes it around the far side, and he will make positive yards up to about the 35-yard line. Now, they ran that play a couple of times last week against Defiance for a lot of success. I believe it was a 61-yard touchdown run for Miller on a play just like that.
Well, well executed play, and really the best thing I like about that is at the end of the play, the running back obviously did not have the hold to cut through to take it further down the field, so he got out of bounds to stop the clock here in this 2-minute drill situation.
Williams lobs it down the right sideline looking for Branson, and incomplete, and another flag comes in.
Now
we'll see what the call is here.
We'll see if our guys, it's going to be pass interference, and we'll wait on the official word. I think they're going to call it offensive pass interference, and they do.
Because Lottridge looked like he was
he had position.
Yeah.
He had position on the play, was there to make the interception, and then he was pushed down from behind. And, for Van Wert's side, that's really the only thing they could do. Here's another look at it. See, he turns around to make the play, and then he's pushed to the ground. So he was making a play on the ball. He had position, did nothing wrong. But from the Van Wert side of it, they had to do what they had to do as well. But now as they're pushed back even further with, 43 seconds left here in the half, it's going to be very, very difficult. But what they have to worry about now is we're going to have a timeout called, taken by the Van Wert Cougars. It's third down and 17. So if they don't get anything here on this down, they're going to have to punt again.
Right.
And we've seen how bad their punting game has been.
Right.
So look for Wapak to be very aggressive right here. And if they can get a big stop, and they may have a chance to run a couple plays themselves.
Yeah,
to
because
close
they're
out the
gonna,
half.
what we've seen so far, they'll end up with very good field position, and Morgan has shown that he can air it out so far.
A couple big plays. Obviously hit the tight end down the middle, and then Miracle in the touchdown just moments ago. 2 big passing plays, so Wapak not afraid to air it out. But obviously with time running down, that's going to probably change a little bit how Van Wert would play that. But before we even get to that, Van Wert has the ball.
They do have the
and
ball.
And it's only third down.
Right?
They've still got 2 chances here to do something with it. So don't want to rule them out here. But the way they've played, to this point here in the first half, it's a little bit of an uphill climb for them to get a 3rd and 17. But from their standpoint, they just want to make some positive momentum here going into the break. If they don't pick up the first down, so be it. But just something positive they can build on. They have the matchup they wanted.
And Branson can't keep it in. He can't pull it in, rather.
He had it in his hands. Johnny Crawford wraps him up and brings him down. And in the process, Branson loses the football. So 4th down. Here's another look at it. Great angle here from our guys in the truck. See, he had it right in his hands. Crawford was right on his hip. Good, clean play.
So here's the punting situation that we talked about, and still 39 seconds left on the clock here in the half.
And Wapak, I believe, still has all of their timeouts. So if there's a bad punt here or a good return, there's going to be lots of time for the Redskins.
Hunter will stand back at his own 6-yard line. High snap, but he pulls it down and gets the kick away. Pretty good kick. It'll hit at the 46 and take a Van Wert bounce across midfield, out of bounds at the 48-yard line. 47.
So the punting game seems to have corrected itself. So Van Wert getting that part of their game figured out, and that was critical right there. A bad punt could have led to some points real easily, for Wapak, and they still got 30 seconds and 3 timeouts, so anything can still happen.
And this is a Van Wert defense is vulnerable to the pass. They've given up on average 252 yards of passing in every game so far this year. So they're a team that you can go deep on, and we've seen the Redskins complete a couple of long passes already tonight. Out of the shotgun, Morgan. He will
hook and ladder.
And it'll be flipped to Miracle, who can't avoid the tackler Miller, but he'll go down after a gain of 8 to the 45.
Last week, the Redskins scored on that play. I believe it was their first touchdown of the game last week on a hook and ladder, and worked perfectly. But this time, the defenders for Van Wert saw the play developing and did not allow Miracle to make the cuts down the field to score.
22 seconds left. And Morgan will keep it. He's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage and stopped short of the first down marker. He gains a yard on the play. And a timeout going to be taken with 17 seconds left by the Redskins. They face a 3rd down and a yard to go. So it's
it was 17 seconds.
Time.
17 seconds left. Coach Fry decided he wanted to take another shot here, and he's got a short yardage situation. So it'll be interesting to see what he elects to do, if he's going to worry more about the first down or if he's going to worry about getting big chunks of yards here on this play. He's got 2 more timeouts left, so he does have the potential for 3 plays here if they're quick plays. Otherwise, it's most likely 2 plays. So when you look at it from that perspective, if you go deep on 3rd down and you don't, it's like an incomplete pass, no big deal. You still only have 1 more play left anyway.
Right.
So he really does have lots of different options he can go with here. But, I look for him to get something down the middle, maybe to his tight end again if depending on the defensive call here by the Cougars and how they line up. But, it looks like it would be a good situation.
Well, they bring 4 receivers bunched over to the near side. Now Greavy will scramble to the opposite side of the field. Morgan fires it over the middle. It's incomplete. Broken up. He was looking for Miller at the 39-yard line. And a 4th down and 1 coming up now.
So now it's a little different. Now he's got just under 14 seconds, 13-8 officially on the scoreboard here in the stadium. Now it's 4th and short. Now he does have to worry about getting the first down. So look for him to try to pick up a couple yards and call a timeout, and then probably take a Hail Mary type pass into the end zone to end the half.
Same formation here, and it passes out to Johnny Crawford at the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down.
So now they'll have first down at the 40. 8.8 left on the clock. Still have one timeout left. So if they're going to do something over the middle, it's probably going to run the clock out. But more likely, I would look for him to try to heave one into the end zone from the 40.
And that was a well-executed play by Morgan, as we saw in the replay. That was on the money. He hit Crawford right in the hands. And a well-executed route by Morgan, as he was in the right spot to catch that ball and pick up the first down.
And you have to give the young man a lot of credit. He's stepping up, making the plays. A lot of football teams and programs, have a philosophy when somebody goes down, the next man has to step up. And for the Redskins at quarterback, that's Cody Morgan. He has to step up.
Right.
And he obviously is low on experience, but as every week goes by, he's gaining more and more experience. And he has to continue to make that progress and continue to step up. And as you see tonight, Coach Fry is not afraid to have him throw the ball all over the field. So obviously there's a lot of confidence in this young man and his abilities.
Well, and the playbook opens up a little bit more when you have a 21-0 lead. Morgan deep down the left side. This ball going to be tipped and incomplete. Looked like Chris Miller had eyes on pickoff number 5.
And there's going to be one tick left on the clock. So the Redskins will get one more shot. Morgan was still probably about 10 yards shy of the end zone. He really needs to get a play called where he can scramble to one side or the other and step up to the 40, unobstructed without the defense breathing down his neck. If he can get some type of roll to one side or the other, he might have a chance to throw it.
Greavy left, Crawford right, Miracle out of the backfield, and they set up a screen. It'll be Chrysler over to the near side across the 30 to the 35, and he'll be pushed out of bounds at the 21-yard line, and that'll be the final play of the half. But Coach Fry will take a 21-0 lead into the locker room. We are at halftime here at Harmon Field, and you're watching high school football on TSC.
So, you think just because you're from a small town, you can't have everything that the big towns have? Wrong. At TSC, we offer over 300 digital cable channels to you right here in the heart of the Midwest. Surprised? Don't be. We're TSC. No contracts, no gimmicks, and everything is straightforward and down to earth. Order your digital cable package today, and the HD is free. Now you're talking smart.
Are you hungry for some great food? Then come get some at CJ's Pizza. With fantastic prices and amazing food, you can't go wrong no matter what you order. Every Friday night during the football season, stop in and get an 18-inch 2-topping pizza and 20 wings for $25 between 4 and close. CJ's Pizza has 2 locations, the Grandview Plaza in Wapakoneta and on Main Street in Cridersville. CJ's Pizza. Come get some.
I call.
Since 1946, home and business owners have trusted Frost Roofing to help make the best roofing decision for their home building and budget.
Do you guarantee your work?
With an industry-leading 50-year labor and materials guarantee on select certainteed shingles, Frost Roofing has you covered.
So, what if I decide to move?
Frost will transfer this incredible warranty to the new owners, increasing the value of your home.
Church, home, or business, Frost Roofing offers you the comfort of knowing your roofing system is guaranteed by a professional roofer.
When you see an orange truck, you think GA Windsor & Son Company. But the next time you see an orange GA Windsor & Son truck, we want you to think green. Why green? Because GA Windsor & Son are the original recyclers. Using a modern fleet of trucks, GA Windsor & Son Company collects food co-products from restaurants, food retailers, and food manufacturers in Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, and Kentucky. These food co-products are used to manufacture quality livestock and pet care feed ingredients. So the next time you see an orange GA Windsor & Son truck, think green. Tonight's broadcast of TSC Touchdown Friday is brought to you in part by TSC, your hometown choice for cable, talk, and internet. And by GA Windsor & Son. When you see an orange truck, think green.
Halftime here at Harmon Field, and the Redskins on top by a score of 21-0. To take a look at First half first half highlights now to see how the Redskins got to that score. And a great package of highlights there to show you how this 21-0 score came together. And you can see from the highlights there wasn't a lot of involvement by the Van Wert Cougars as the Redskins scored in the first quarter on a 10-yard run by Greavy. They followed that up with a 1-yard touchdown run by Cody Morgan on a sneak in the second quarter. And then the 34-yard touchdown pass Morgan to Miracle on a play that completely eluded the Cougar defense.
It did. It completely fooled them. You know, Morgan was rolling out to its left. The whole line was going that way, and the defense followed it. And obviously busted coverage. Nobody caught the back slipping out kind of on the wheel route there, and was left wide open. So, you know, good first half for the Redskins. Played pretty fundamentally sound. Obviously, they want to continue that here in the second half. For the Cougars, they need to get something moving here. Their offense just has not been productive at all. You know, a lot of times at this point we want to talk about halftime adjustments, and you know, two big things that really stand out to me. One is the tackling for Van Wert. They're just not wrapping up when they get the Redskins, you know, kind of stop for a loss half the time, and Redskins are able to still get quite a bit of yards.
Well, not a long return for the Cougars, but they will have the ball at the 22-yard line to start their first possession of the second half. And you're right, Todd, if you're the Van Wert coaching staff, you've got to see something offensively from this Cougar team. They have not produced at all offensively.
And that's really my second adjustment that I was getting to is this offensive play calling and or execution, probably both, really needs to get tweaked here a little bit in the second half. They need to get something going. They're just not really finding anything working well for them.
Williams fires it out to the right side, and it's incomplete, intended for Branson. Second down and 10 coming up. And so far what we've seen, the long passing game is not there for the Cougars. And you kind of would expect them to go to maybe some shorter passes.
You know, I would agree with that. Yeah. You know, these long throws, now you look at that, and that throw wasn't that far down the field, but, you know, the quarterback was throwing it basically all the way across the field. It's still a long distance throw.
Right.
And it's just not working. They've taken a few shots deep in the first half, and they were successful in getting a couple interference calls, I believe, if my memory serves me correct. They were actually called for one themselves. And they've had some chances. They just haven't been able to execute them.
Williams will keep it himself, still on his feet as he gets across the 25 up to the 27-yard line. And a gain of about 5 on the play.
You know, and that's a good gain, you know, but it would be a lot better gain if they would have had that on first down. You know, when they can get it to where it's 2nd and 4 instead of 3rd and 4, that opens up the playbook.
Right.
You know, they're able to do some of those throws down the middle, down the field, and try to stretch the defense a little bit. But, you know, when you're always, you know, looking at 2nd and 10, you don't have those chances.
Mm-hmm.
And so now here they are in a critical 3rd and 4.
Right, but in one of the few times tonight they've been in a manageable 3rd down. Here's the handoff to Miller, and he's met in the backfield and brought down for a loss. And that one was snuffed out completely.
Shaneline did a great job breaking through the block and was just waiting for him, basically. And, so we're going to be in a situation again where Van Wert's going to have to punt, 4th and long. And, their punting game struggled early on through most of, really all the way through, probably about halfway through the 2nd quarter until they got that fixed. So let's keep an eye on that, make sure that continues to work for them. But a good snap, and once again the ball is kicked almost straight up, so it's going to be about a 15-yard punt. It's going to go out of bounds and look like it's going to be
the 42 looks like.
Yeah, it's going to be about a 17-yard punt. Not terrible. If you're thinking about it from the standpoint that you don't get anything when you go for 4th down and get nothing. So
yeah,
it's terrible from the standpoint though that they're in a situation now where they don't know what they're getting when they punt.
Right.
Are they going to get 17 yards, or are they going to get the 35 or 40?
Right. And terrible from the standpoint that the opposition is starting on your side of the 50 again.
Yes.
And here's Miracle, and he is going to not stop until he gets to the end zone. Miller, the only guy that has an angle on him, and he won't catch up. Miracle with a 42-yard touchdown run on the first offensive play of the 2nd half of the Redskins.
Miracle busting through on the left side, really not touched, I don't believe. We'll take a look at it here on the replay. And he just cuts through. Nobody touches him. Just great blocking by the Redskins as Wapakoneta puts a dagger into the Cougars right away in the 3rd quarter.
Coach Reckers speaking after last week's game about this team's ability to keep fighting, but that one is going to be a hard one to come back from. 10-13 left 3rd quarter, and the Redskins open up the 2nd half with another touchdown. They lead 28-0. You're watching high school football on TSC.
When you think of protecting your assets, there's more than just your home and car. There's also your life and your family's future. Ensure those you love most are taken care of with protection planning. Life changes and opportunities occur. Look to someone you can trust with a customized approach. Minster Bank's Private Wealth Management Group, investment and insurance products. Not FDIC insured, may lose value, no bank guarantee.
42-yard touchdown run for Miracle on the one-play drive for the Redskins. Makes it a 28-0 lead as they kick it away here. It'll be fielded at the 10. Back up the middle, Lloyd to the 30 and up to the 33-yard line.
Good return that time by Lloyd. That's what the Cougars need. They need something right now. They need some kind of a spark.
And about 28 points.
They're having a tough season, obviously, winless on the year. And, it really starts to wear on you after a while when you just can't get into that win column. But, you have to fight your battles. And right now, the battle is to get something on the scoreboard. 28-0, no offensive production. They really just need to take it one thing at a time here and crack into that end zone and get some points on the board, and then see what happens. Obviously this game is almost, if not already, it's close to being over here with the score as it is. But the Cougars really just have to try to find some way to take something positive from this game, and it's tough. These young men, they know what it's like. They know how the world works. When you get beat 28-0 or worse, as this could turn out to be, they're gonna know, what it really means.
Right.
And if they score in the last drive, they're gonna know they still took a beating. So I'm not trying to paint a picture that hey, let's just if they can just score, they can have some positive outcomes.
2nd down and 8, and a lot of contact between the receiver and the defensive back over here on the near side, but the pass incomplete.
And there's a holding call on the play, and we'll see if Wapak will accept the penalty or decline it.
It would be a 3rd down and 8.
What I think we're also starting to see as we get the official call from the referee.
They're
going to back him up and make it second down and very long. What I think we're starting to see now is with the game pretty well in hand for Wapak, the defense for the Redskins is really they're just going after them. You know, they know Cougars, they got to throw the ball. They're going to have any chance.
Right.
So Cougars have to start getting aggressive throwing the ball, and that just allows those defensive linemen and linebackers just to, you know, go after that quarterback. And that's why we saw in that last play, several of them got to the quarterback and got a hit on him as he was releasing the ball. And one of them was obviously held on the play as well. So they're able to just go after the quarterback on every single play with the score the way it is.
And they run an option with Williams going off the right side for a couple. Unfortunately, that was on a 3rd down and 21. So the Cougars will have it now a 4th down and forever.
That was second.
Excuse me.
They
right.
actually had that wrong on the scoreboard, which unfortunately affects our scoreboard on your screen as well. So now it's actually 3rd down and 21. And you can see that by the
yard marker
on the far side. Now they get it changed. So now it is 3rd down and 21 on the scoreboard.
Still an interesting call. I don't think we've seen them run the option so far tonight. And the first time they did run it was on a 2nd down and 21 situation. Low snap. Williams able to scoop it up. Under pressure and going nowhere. He's going to be hit and drop for a loss. Back to the 21-yard line.
And you know, Wapak, again, brought the pressure. They brought 7. 4 guys dropped. The Cougars, as you'll see here in the replay, you can see the good pressure. The Cougars sent 3 receivers out, and all 3 of them were covered very well. In fact, Greavy was still hanging out in center field in the safety position. But nobody was open, so he had no choice but to try to scramble.
And there's going to be motion on the offensive line for the Cougars. It's going to back him up a little bit farther. They're already in a
hole.
Yes. Yeah.
So now it'll be 4th down and 27, I believe. And you know, I've talked about this so much already tonight. I feel like I'm a scratch record talking about this punting game situation.
You're going to have to update that. I don't think most of our listeners know what a record is.
There's going to be a false start. Miller took off running before the ball was snapped. So that'll make it 4th down and 32. But anyway, yeah, scratch record. Yeah, I keep talking about this punting game, and this is the unfortunate situation because really, when you're down 28-0 in the 3rd quarter and you haven't done anything offensively, you really should just be kicking this ball away. And you know they're going to do that here, it looks like, but the quarterback is doing it from this position instead of having your actual punter in, and this is what you get. You get a real short punt. So
Crawford with a return attempt up to the 35.
Give a lot of credit to Branson for Van Wert making the tackle, wrapping him up. And that's one of the few times tonight where we saw the Cougars wrap him up, you know, and make the tackle as soon as he had the chance. But, you know, the punting game, you know, is really killing them tonight. And I really can't say that enough. I mean, you look at this every single possession. You know, obviously not scoring is killing them.
Right.
But this game would be a lot closer right now if they had a chance to get 30 to 45 yards on these punts instead of the 10 to 15 that they're getting.
Morgan to pass over the middle, caught by Greavy. He'll have a 1st down as he's settled down just inside the 25. He'll back up to the 23-yard line and a 12-yard gainer. Well, when you're rebuilding a program, as the Cougars obviously are, they're 0-7 coming into this game, and under a new head coach, the kicking game, like middle relief on a baseball team, is kind of one of those last things, those last pieces that gets put in after you get some of the other things in place.
You know, you're right on that, Dan, but obviously we're seeing with tonight's game, and I'm not sure if this has been the case all season long, but in tonight's game you're seeing that the special teams is a big part of football. You know, everybody talks about that. You know, when you get to the higher levels, you know, in college, in pros, it's very important. You see it all the time from the special teams guru at Virginia Tech to, you know, various plays happening in the NFL. They make a difference, and it really is obvious tonight that it's not one of their strong suits right now, or at least not tonight. And I'm sure they'll get it corrected and they'll get it turned around and get it fixed. But you can't underestimate what that does to the field position battle as you go back and forth.
Yeah.
Just a very unfortunate fact of the matter for the Cougars is it's just not working for them, and they're left with very little options. Whether they try the quarterback pooch punt or they're sending out their punter in punt formation, neither one are working very well.
Well, and the situations they've been in to punt the ball have not been situations where you had many options. They've been 4th down and long situations. And I might be wrong, but I don't remember the Cougars getting a 1st down in this game.
I can't confirm or deny that. We'll have to check into that. That last play, give a lot of credit to Nick Wolford. Big hit on the play.
The Cougars
to
are going
make
to
the
come out
stop.
of that pile with the ball. Actually, they fumbled it. So the Cougars will take over.
So a positive aspect of the game for the Cougars. We'll see if they can do anything with it.
The indication that I'm getting from our friends at the Wapak Daily is that the Cougars have 1st downs in this game. They have 2 of them, but they've both come via penalty. So both of the pass interference penalties. Not the way you want to pick up 1st downs if you're the Cougars. Miller in motion across the backfield. Williams back to pass.
Open.
Lobs it out here, and it is caught up across the midfield stripe to the 40, down the near sideline. He's got Greavy on his heels, and he's brought down at the 20-yard line. That is Logan Ray.
And that answers your point about the 1st down.
Right.
Give a lot of credit on that play, though, to Alex Greavy. Hustling all the way to try to make the play. He obviously knew he had some speed, had the advantage on the receiver, and if he just obviously hustled all the way down, he'd get the stop, and he did. And once again, wrapped him up. We've talked about Van Wert not wrapping up very well tonight, and Wapak being successful in that category, and Greavy did it again there on that play. Obviously it's not the easiest thing in the world to do to grab a guy from behind and get him down like he did, but as we watch here in the replay.
Looked like Ray kind of ran out of gas here toward the end.
He did. He looked like he was trying to cut back. He's trying to see if he can get Greavy to fly by him.
Williams rolls out to the right, and it's incomplete, intended for Miller. So a 2nd down and 10 coming up. And if you're the Cougars, you've had that one huge offensive play. Now you have to cash in.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, this is it for them. They've got to get points on the board. Otherwise, the game is obviously over at that point.
The mental game, and
that's what I was going to say
as
well. The mental game is definitely over.
Yeah.
And the players that have to, the coaching staff is going to have to keep on the players to keep them in the game mentally to finish it out.
Williams will work out of the shotgun. 4 receivers set now. 3 to his right, 1 to the near side left. He will look to the left, looking for Ray in the end zone. Tipped away at the last second on a fantastic defensive play in the end zone by Lottridge.
What more can you say other than that was just a great defensive play? Fully outstretched. Hopefully we got a good angle on it from a replay angle, and we do. Here it is. Take another look at it. You can see perfectly. Little hand holding as they go down there. Lottridge just dives fully outstanded to make the deflection. Perfectly played.
Yep, and that was actually a pretty well thrown ball.
Though, if that would have been thrown just a little bit deeper and a little bit more to the corner, that was 6.
A 3rd down and 10 now. Cougars rolling it, looking for the end zone again. He has the man behind the defender, but he overthrew Branson in the back of the end zone. And Williams was under pressure rolling out that way, but his man was wide open in the end zone. So now, Todd, just from the standpoint of you have the ball in a huge play offensively. Your only big offensive play of the night if you're the Cougars. You get the ball all the way down to the 20, and you take 3 shots at the end zone rather than try to get a 1st down.
You can question that, and I wouldn't fault you for doing that, but obviously this coaching staff for Van Wert has worked with the team all year long. They know what their strengths are. They're seeing what they're seeing on the field tonight, and that's Wapak getting in. And this one's going to fall incomplete, so Redskins will keep the shutout intact. But what I think the mentality is, or at least what I think they're thinking is that the Redskins are getting penetration. They're getting to the quarterback. And so their best chance was to throw some, not so much fades, but to throw some quick, high arcing throws into the end zone to try to get the score.
Right.
And the running game has been non-existent as well. But,
I guess it might.
A few runs.
If it were me, I would be looking for maybe a curl, something, 7 yards out, something like that, just to get closer to the end zone, to see what it looks like.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Instead of, as we see a short game for Gravy on the left, instead of really second-guessing the play calling from the Van Wert side of things, I'm going to kind of turn it a little bit, and I'm going to give a lot of credit to this Redskin defense.
Sure, yeah.
They're putting a lot of pressure on the Cougars tonight. We're 28-0 game, and they're still bringing it, and that really impacts what Van Wert can do, what they can call. And so I give a lot of credit to the Redskins D tonight for continuing to bring that pressure and making it tough on Van Wert to do anything.
Morgan rolling out, he'll lob it out, and it's caught by Chrysler up around the 30-yard line. That should be close to a first down. We'll see where they spot.
We have a Van Wert Cougar down on the field.
Let's see if we can get the number on that Cougar. That pass will end up being very close to the first down.
It looks like 59. Zach.
It's either Zach Thomas, number 59, or Hunter Monroe, number 58. So it's 50. It looks like it's 58 Hunter Monroe. So they'll attend to him, and we'll take a break while they check on that young man. 3:48 remaining here in the third quarter. The Redskins with the ball and a 28-0 lead. You're watching high school football on TSC.
Owen Kitchen and Bath Showroom has been family owned and operated since 1990. We can help you from start to finish with your entire project. Let one of our professional designers put the final touches on your project. Owen Kitchen and Bath now has 2 showrooms to better serve you in Wapakoneta and Lima. Owen Kitchen and Bath, cabinetry that will take your breath away at prices that won't.
So, you think just because you're from a small town, you can't have everything that the big towns have? Wrong. At TSC, we offer over 300 digital cable channels to you right here in the heart of the Midwest. Surprised? Don't be. We're TSC. No contracts, no gimmicks, and everything is straightforward and down to earth. Order your digital cable package today, and the HD is free. Now you're talking smart.
And here's the final play before the break there. You can see injury there in the background.
Yeah, right about the middle of the screen right now. You see him kind of start to fall to the ground. He just rolled up his ankle. No contact at all, it appears.
He is walking off with a little bit of help, but looks like mainly under his own power, so we hope that he'll be all right. 3rd down and 1 for the Redskins, as they will come to the line of scrimmage at the 29-yard line. Schmergy in the backfield, and he gets the handoff, and he pushes the pile, as he always does, up to the 32-yard line and picks up the first down.
Nice push forward by Schmergy to pick up the first down and keep this drive moving to start to if not get a score, at least turn the field position again. But, it really doesn't matter at this point. I mean, the game is in hand, and the Cougars have not been able to do anything all night.
Right. Morgan will be under center, has Wendell and Miracle in the backfield with him. He loses the ball, and we'll see who covers it. It looks like Van Wert has it, and they do. Ball at the 24-yard line, and the Cougars will get another shot at the end zone.
That's one way to lose the field position battle, or one way to let him back in. See, Morgan just loses the grip on the ball. He dives back on it instead of, there's a teaching moment right there. Guys, can you rewind that back just a little bit as he's picking the ball up. You know, he loses the ball, and it appears instead of trying to dive and cover on his fumble, he actually looks like he's trying to pick it up. See how he starts to step up? He's starting to try to pick the ball up and make something out of the play.
Right.
You know, he's got to learn, just dive on the ball, give up the play.
Williams will run it, now pitches, and Lloyd will take it up to about the 22-yard line, a gain of a couple. But the Redskins had that play sniffed out.
You know, and I'm sure Coach Fry and the rest of the coaching staff will work with them this week or point that out when they review the film. And, you know, luckily for Wapak, it happens in a 28-0 game, and it's not going to hurt him at all. But that's something he'll learn, and he'll learn from that, and he'll know in the future.
Yeah, and you see that at every level. It's not like it's a mistake that only high school kids make. I believe it was last week in the Ohio State-Nebraska game that Ryan Shazier tried to pick up a ball similar to that. That would have been a big turnover in the Buckeyes' favor, but ended up going back to Nebraska. So,
you know, it's tough. You know, a lot of these guys want to make plays. They want to get the job done, and so sometimes they get a little too aggressive, and that's
pass
something
left
that
side
can come back to haunt you. You know, it's just unfortunate. You know, speaking of haunt, we're coming up on Halloween here in a couple of weeks, and next week, the Wapakoneta Chamber of Commerce will have their annual Halloween parade downtown.
Okay.
And of course, Game Face Ohio will be there on behalf of TSC to film that.
Oh, fantastic.
So for all of our viewers out there that watch us on TSC, you can actually catch the parade next Thursday evening, the 18th. The parade starts at 6:30. The broadcast will start at approximately 7 o'clock, and it will be live on TSC Channel 2.
Great.
And they will, of course, re-air it a couple times. We see a nice play that time by number 22, Schmergy.
Miller was looking for a corner, and there just wasn't one. So that play ends up going for nothing.
Yeah, to finish that thought, though, it'll air a couple times on TSC Channel 2. So people that do go to the parade that want to go watch it after the fact, they can do that, and they can also watch it via our website, GameFaceOhio.com, as well.
Right.
But if you're not doing anything next Thursday night, viewers, we invite you to come uptown, downtown Wapakoneta, or anywhere along the parade route on Auglay Street. Basically starts at the fairgrounds and heads all the way through the downtown area on Auglay Street. So come check it out. It's really a really neat parade, you know, taking place in the evening hours. A lot of floats that are lit up.
I'm guessing there's candy involved.
Oh, there certainly is. There's some of that. There's all kinds of things, and you know, it's not a small thing. It's a pretty big parade, usually over about 115, 120 entries. So it's pretty good size, and lots of entries from all over the area. Marching bands from some of the nearby schools and communities. So definitely worthwhile. So if you got some young ones, bring them out for the parade, and otherwise, if you're at home, check out the broadcast, whether it's the live version on TSC Channel 2 at 7. Or on one of the replays that they'll air. You know, check it out.
Or on the website, GameFaceOhio.com. And some of our previous football broadcasts are up on the website
as well. Yeah, they are. They're absolutely up on the website, GameFaceOhio.com. So, you know, obviously you're watching this broadcast probably on TSC Channel 2, but if for some reason, you know, you have some family or some other members or friends that you know that aren't in the TSC viewing area, let's call it that, you can always refer them to our website, GameFaceOhio.com. Our broadcasts are usually up within 24 to 36 hours after the games are over. It does take a little while for us to get that process complete, but they are posted online in their entirety as we now see this fourth down play.
4th down and 13 for the Cougars, and Williams will work out of the shotgun. Lloyd back there with him. He rolls out to the near side, looking downfield. He'll fire it toward the end zone, and it is picked off in the end zone. 3 Cougars in the area, but it looks like that's Johnny Crawford that comes out of there with the interception.
Crawford just kind of sitting back, waiting on that ball to get there, and easy pickings, really.
Well, it hung up a long time, and we've seen that kind of repeated through the night, that the ball kind of hangs up there. And this time Johnny Crawford able to get over there and get under it. And for Crawford, that's his 5th interception on the season. He had 4 coming into tonight, tied with 2 other players. Chris Miller of the Cougars, one of them, for tops in the WBL with those 4 interceptions. Morgan rolling out. hit by Wolford and brought down short of the line of scrimmage at about the 18. Nick Wolford and Cody Morgan have met before in this ball game, and this time Wolford gets the better of this meeting.
You know, before I have another John Madden moment and forget my point, or a point, and I'll hold that thought for another play here as we watch this second down play.
Morgan corrals the high snap, fires it out near side, and it is incomplete through the hands of Alex Greavy at the 34-yard line.
We were talking real briefly about the games and the broadcast also being on the website, GameFaceOhio.com. Another thing you can check out as well is we do post short highlight films or highlight reels of each game that we do a broadcast for with the Redskins. Those are usually 3 to 4 minutes in length, and those are posted on our website as well on the right-hand sidebar. You can also search for both the highlights as well as the game broadcast on YouTube, and or you can just like us on Facebook.
Right, I was just going to mention Facebook.
You can follow us on Facebook and see, when they're posted there. It's really the best way, because when we do get them posted, we'll make a status update on our Facebook page letting you know that they're there and available for viewing. So find us on Facebook, GameFace Ohio, and follow us there to see all those updates, the good highlight reels, to see the best plays of each game, and obviously the full broadcast as well.
So a good series defensively for the Cougars brings up a 4th down and 10 for the Redskins. They'll be set to punt it away, as Locke will put the foot into it at about the 10-yard line. It will hit and be down after a good Wapak roll.
Now,
down inside the 30-yard line.
The Van Wert coaching staff is not going to be happy about this at all, because Wendell touched the ball initially back at the 44, and the official there did not see it. We'll see if we get it on a replay. Here you'll watch, the ball is bouncing. You'll see him come up and hit it off his face mask and kick it backwards, and really about another 15 yards.
All right, and we have 2 flags down. There's one over on the far side near the Van Wert bench, and then there's one out here in between the hash at the 40. So we'll see what they rule, but obviously went off of Wendell.
You got to see some contact developing in the bottom right corner. So there'll be a personal foul against Wapakoneta.
So now it doesn't look like they saw the contact between the ball and Wendell at the 44-yard line, because they still have it spotted back at the 29. They might be talking about that now, though.
They're calling it a dead ball foul. And
so they marched that back to the 15 or to the 14-yard line now.
Yeah, I think they're going to have. I think there's a penalty called on both sides, and that's why it's effectively going to be at the 29 where the ball is spotted. No real clear indication from the official. See what we get here. So a block in the back on the offense, Van Wert, and then personal foul. So.
And Van Wert's ready to just move on. They're ready to run a play.
They're really ready to get this game going here with 2 seconds left in the quarter.
They put Miller in motion across the backfield, faked the handoff to him, and then handed off to Lloyd, but there were 4 Redskin jerseys already back there waiting for that handoff. They just were trying to wait to see who was going to get tackled. 3 quarters of play in the books. 28-0 in favor of the Redskins. We'll be back with the final frame right after this. You're watching high school football on TSC.
Are you hungry for some great food? Then come get some at CJ's Pizza. With fantastic prices and amazing food, you can't go wrong no matter what you order. Every Friday night during the football season, stop in and get an 18-inch 2-topping pizza and 20 wings for $25 between 4 and close. CJ's Pizza has 2 locations, the Grandview Plaza in Wapakoneta and on Main Street in Cridersville. CJ's Pizza. Come get some.
28-0, the Redskins on top as we get set for the final quarter of play here. And the Cougars will face a 2nd down and 15 after kind of a bizarre punt situation.
Yeah, definitely a very unique play there. Double fouls on the play, and just trying to sort that all out and how that was marched off. But really unfortunate for Van Wert that Wapakoneta basically got away with an illegal touch there. Should have been back near the 44 or 45-yard line where Miracle made contact with the ball. But good break for the Redskins.
They haven't needed any fortunate bounces tonight. They've really dominated this game, 28-0. Cougars with the ball. The man in motion across the backfield is Miller. He will take the handoff, and a double reverse as Branson will take it. He has room to run. He's up across the 30 to the 35-yard line to the 36, and he'll still be short of the first down. He ran a long way to come up 3 yards of the first down marker.
And you know, a great play call there for Van Wert. Wapakoneta has been basically just going after every play full speed as we watch the replay. Everybody just swarms the ball. Everybody's flowing to that side.
Right.
So the best way to counteract that is to run that kind of a reverse. Let the ball get going back the other way when the whole defense was going that way. The one thing I wish, you know, from a Van Wert vantage point, it really looked like they should have tried to continue.
Here's Williams up the middle here.
On that last play, they should have continued to try to run the ball to the far side instead of back to the middle, because it just brought the ball carrier right back into the heart of all the defenders.
Right.
And you know, that's something that the coaching staff just has to work with. As we see the replay of the last play, you know, those backs and receivers, when they run those reverses, have to get a feel for that. And if that's a play they haven't run very much this year, then that would explain why. But he had a blocker out there to try to help him, but didn't go that way. But you know, another good positive thing for the Redskins went their way, that he did cut back that way.
They run the option here. Lloyd to the outside, looking for the corner. He is tripped up as he gets to the line of scrimmage. And Schmergy, who has been the leading tackler on this team, comes up with another one.
Here's another look at it. Nice little toss out there. Schmergy makes a diving stab at the ankles and gets him. I mean, it's just that's what you're taught to do.
So Lloyd tripped up, gain of less than a yard, so we'll call it 2nd down and 10. Two receivers to the right. Williams and Lloyd in the shotgun, and it'll be Williams rolling out to the near side. Has all kinds of pressure, and he'll lob it out toward Branson, but he's 2 yards out of bounds before that one comes down.
He had no chance. Now we're going to have a flag thrown as there's an altercation between Brandon Miller and Jordan Daniels. The skirmish after the play had ended, so it'll be a personal foul. We'll just wait to see who they catch with it. And they're going to catch Daniels. Actually, they're going to assess it both ways and call it offsetting, and that's probably the right thing to do. You know, a lot of times in football, the guy that retaliates is the guy that gets hit with the personal foul. But it's good to see, you know, that the officials are, you know, trying to keep this game under control and you know, hit both guys with it.
2nd down and 10 now. 10 minutes to play in this one, and the Cougars, they've had 2 first downs here in this second half, late in the third quarter and early here in this fourth quarter, and those were their first 2 first downs that didn't come via penalty. We'll see what they do here on a 2nd down and 10 with 4 receivers. Williams got pressure, he scrambles, and he's hit.
Miller came untouched from the near side of your screen. Miller just streaking in untouched. All you had to do was pursue a little bit for the easy sack. You'll see him coming to your screen from the right side right there. Just pursue him just a little bit and complete the play.
So a 2-yard loss on the play brings up a 3rd down and 12. And the Cougars, they converted on a 3rd down and 2 earlier in this drive. That was the first time they've come up with a 3rd down and a manageable number. It's been more like this most of the night, 3rd down and 12. But this time they do connect, and it's Branson down the far sideline, inside the 20 to the 15, and down to the 10-yard line.
Well thrown ball that time. You know, it was a nice deep ball, had some nice air under it. You can see there in the replay, the receiver sees it all the way, runs underneath it. Easy catch.
So now the Cougars with the ball, they'll spot it at the 13-yard line, 1st down and 10. Their second trip into the red zone tonight. On their last trip to the red zone, they tried 4 plays into the end zone and came up empty. And we'll see what they do here. Again, Williams is out of the shotgun, and a timeout going to be taken by the Cougars as Coach Recker didn't like what he was seeing there. 8:46 left in our game, 28-0 in favor of the Redskins. You're watching high school football on TSC.
When you see an orange truck, you think G.A. Windsor & Son Company. But the next time you see an orange G.A. Windsor & Son truck, we want you to think green. Why green? Because G.A. Windsor & Son are the original recyclers. Using a modern fleet of trucks, G.A. Windsor & Son Company collects food co-products from restaurants, food retailers, and food manufacturers in Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, and Kentucky. These food co-products are used to manufacture quality livestock and pet care feed ingredients. So the next time you see an orange G.A. Windsor & Son truck, think green. Tonight's broadcast of TSC Touchdown Friday is brought to you in part by Frost Roofing. When you have a roofing problem, trust Frost Roofing. And by CJ's Pizza in Wapakoneta and Craversville.
8:46 left in our game. And the Cougars threatening to get on the board here. They have the ball 1st and 10 there at the Redskin 13-yard line. And they were at the line of scrimmage when Coach Recker for the Cougars called the timeout and brought his offense back over to the sideline to rethink it. But they come back out in the same formation here with Williams in the shotgun and Miller in motion across the backfield. They fake the handoff to him and lobbing it into the back of the end zone. That one is going to be intercepted by Greavy. Let's see if he stayed in bounds.
He did.
And he did.
So the Redskins defense holds once again. They'll take over at the 20.
First down, Redskins.
And there again.
Here's another look at it. You can see he's able to get a couple feet down.
Yep. Nice catch by Greavy. And there again, Todd, the Cougars go straight for the end zone from the 13-yard line.
You know, we talked about that earlier. You brought that point up. You know, instead of going after some smaller chunks, they're going for the strike. But, you know, the bulk of their yardage tonight has come from those long pass plays.
Yep.
I mean, they are not getting much on some of their short play calls.
Miracle to the near side. He'll go out of bounds, but a flag comes down, and now a second one. And
we have a Cougar down as well. Injured on the play is Colton Royer, it looks like. He's slow to get up. Now he's up.
Looks like he's limping a little bit, and we'll see. I'm guessing the penalty that came out late was a tackle out of bounds by Miller here.
Yeah, he grabs him by the head and brings him down, and he's out of bounds. You know, part of that play too, you know, Miracle had a really good stiff arm on him and shoving him away, and the defender just would not accept that he's out of bounds and brought him down. So, you know, that's the unnecessary roughness call that you usually see, but you know, it's not obviously the call. We were missing that as we looked at that play. Blocking the back is what we were hearing from our truck, so it offsets that call as well. So we did have 2 flags on the play, but they offset, so we'll replay the first down.
Ball at the 20-yard line. It'll be Miracle again to the near side, and he takes a pop as he gets up to the 23-yard line. But he will fall forward to the 25. Nick Wolford coming up to put the hit on him. And Wolford has had a pretty good game on the defensive side.
He has. He's had some really big hits tonight. And, you know, one that I believe caused that fumble there earlier tonight. So you got to give him a lot of credit. Definitely playing hard out there.
8:26 left in the ball game. Morgan under center, has 2 backs behind him, and it'll be handed off to Miracle, who goes off the right side across the 25 to the 26-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 4 for the Redskins.
Coach Fry giving some instruction to Morgan. 28-0 our score here in the fourth quarter, and it's just a matter of running out the clock now at this point for the Redskins and their seniors on senior night here at Harmon Field.
And you have to be happy, I think, if you're Coach Fry with the way Cody Morgan played tonight. He didn't make any mistakes that cost you points as Miracle picks up the first down.
No, he didn't. You know, he did make that one mistake on the where he fumbled the ball, but his team picked him up. You know, his defense held strong and kept points off the board, and we'll see, you know, if the Redskins can keep that shutout going. You know, they had a shutout last week, shutout St. Mary's in St. Mary's for the first time since the 70s.
Right, and that was, they only allowed 2 first downs in the ball game and 51 yards of total offense.
It was a very impressive game, but obviously we mentioned it briefly too. The conditions were a big factor.
Right.
But nonetheless, it doesn't matter what Mother Nature says. You got to go out there and play the game, and the Redskins did. They went out and played strong, put up a strong defense all night long, and they're doing it again tonight. So we'll see if they can get, you know, another shutout.
Nice run there by Wendell to pick up 9 yards. And a flag down again. It will go against the Redskins.
And we'll wait for them to march that off.
The carry by Wendell was nearly to the sticks, and where they have the ball spotted right now would have been a first down. We'll see what how they march this penalty off.
Be interesting to see if it was following the play, but now they're actually motioning the chain gang to move on. So it's a dead ball foul. So the first down is achieved, but then they'll march back. So it'll make a 1st and long when they march back from this spot.
Yeah, you see him moving backwards. It looks like it's going to be a 15-yard variety.
It is, so it'll be 1st and 25. Not the way you want to start on first down, but you know, it's
well, they put the ball down at the 29-yard line, and they need to get to the 46-yard line on the other side of the 50 for the first down. So you're looking at about a first down and 25, as you said. And here's the carry to Greavy coming to the near side. He's hit at the line of scrimmage. A flag goes down, and he goes down at the 30-yard line.
This will be a hold against Wapak, so they're going to march him back another 10 yards.
And these are the kind of crucial calls that you have to have late in a 28-0 ball game with 7 minutes to play that can really stretch out the evening.
It will stretch it out, but you know, you got to play the game till the final tick on the clock has expired, and still a lot of time left. And you know, like I talked about earlier, Van Wert really just in this game now just to try to get something positive out of it. You know, if they can put together a nice drive or something at the end, something to build upon. And so there's still time for that. So you still got to, you know, call the game the way it is. But obviously it does make for some unnecessary extension of the game here, as the run won't get much.
Miracle takes a pretty good hit there as he gets to the 25-yard line. And that was a 2nd down and 33. Excuse me, that was first down.
That was.
Still.
That was first down still.
Still first down.
Back-to-back penalties on first down, making it very long now. 2nd and 29, not something you see very often.
Greavy wide near side, and Crawford wide to the right. Morgan back to pass, has all kinds of time. Drops it out to Wendell at the 30. He's across the 35, shakes off a second man and fights his way up across the 40 to the 42-yard line.
Yeah, good hard run that time. You know, really fought off, basically knocked down a would-be tackler. You know, Wendell just really fighting hard. You know, he looked like he turned and expected the hit, but then got by the first guy. Then you see right there, he just runs by, you know, number 5, Michael Smelzer. So it makes it, you know, still a long 3rd and 12, but, you know, somewhat manageable. I mean, the Redskins have picked up some long yardage on some plays tonight, so it's not out of the realm of the possibility here that they can do something with it.
Cougars take a timeout to talk things over on a 3rd down and 12 with 5:46 left in our ball game, and the Redskins in control, 28-0. You're watching high school football on TSC.
When you think of protecting your assets, there's more than just your home and car. There's also your life and your family's future. Ensure those you love most are taken care of with protection planning. Life changes and opportunities occur. Look to someone you can trust with a customized approach. Minster Bank's Private Wealth Management Group, investment and insurance products. Not FDIC insured, may lose value, no bank guarantee.
So, you think just because you're from a small town, you can't have everything that the big towns have? Wrong. At TSC, we offer over 300 digital cable channels to you right here in the heart of the Midwest. Surprised? Don't be. We're TSC. No contracts, no gimmicks, and everything is straightforward and down to earth. Order your digital cable package today, and the HD is free. Now you're talking smart.
5:46 left in this one. The Redskins with the ball and a 28-0 lead. And the Cougars taking a timeout to talk things over before the Redskins come to the line on a 3rd down and 12. Morgan working out of the shotgun, has 2 receivers. He is back to pass. And he lobs it out to the near side. And incomplete, there's nobody over there.
There wasn't, and that probably should be intentional grounding. And remember, the rules in high school football for intentional grounding are not quite the same as they are in the pros. But, you know, no flag. And we're just kind of referencing or hitting around that the referees or officials, are throwing a lot of flags here as of late and extending the game a little bit unnecessarily. But that time they let it go, and no harm, no foul, as the Redskins will punt this one away.
Locke puts the foot into it. It'll be fielded to the 30, and a short return for Michael Smelzer up to the 31-yard line. So the Cougars will get another chance with the ball with 5:33 left in this one. Redskins will win their 2nd in a row as they knocked off St. Mary's last week, and will get the win here tonight to improve to 4-3 inside the WBL and 5-3 overall. The Cougars will go to 0-8 on the season and 0-7 inside the conference. 2 receivers to the right as Williams works out of the shotgun here. They run the option, and Williams keeps it himself. He has positive yards across the 40 and fights his way up for a 1st down to the 44-yard line.
Good hard run that time by Williams. You know, they're continuing to play, continuing to fight, and that's, you know, something you want to see when you're rebuilding your program, like you talked about earlier.
Yep.
You know, you want your guys to fight to the very end, and that's, you know, that's exactly what they're continuing to show here, and that's a good sign for Van Wert.
Well, and a lot of times, Todd, when you look at a team that's, you know, it's going to 0-8, this is the time when the coaches do some of their best coaching. It doesn't always pay off in the 0-8 season, but they have to do their best coaching in seasons like this to produce seasons better off down the road.
Here is going to be a big play for the Cougars.
Oh, my. Miller down the near sideline will be run out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
Greavy making the tackle via the push out. And, you know, Miller just not quitting on that play. It looked like he was down probably 2 times there in the middle of those piles, and he bounces out of it, spins out kind of like a video game. There would have been another John Madden reference if I would have saved it. You watch him here, and he initially runs. He decides to cut back, and he gets tackled. And this is probably the one time tonight Walpolk hasn't wrapped up. And you see he just spins right out of it and is able to get down the sideline. And Hagemeyer trying to pursue, not able to do it or get it done. Oh, and Walpolk is going to be the beneficiary of a fumble. So the Cougars' drive on that great play will be all for naught as the Redskins take over on the turnover.
And that is how the ball bounces when you're 0-7.
That is absolutely correct. You know, you have these bad breaks.
Just didn't get through the
legs.
Yep.
Yep.
So the Redskins still have an opportunity to preserve the shutout here as they will hit the ball at their own 6-yard line. And here's Wendell. I believe that was Wendell. Nope, Miracle. Yep, and he took a pretty good hit there toward the end. Wolford was over there again for the Cougars. Let's take another look. We got a good angle here. As you see Miracle come around the corner. And I think it was Wolford there that came in at the end to apply the hit. So he has been a bright spot on this defense. Here's Schmergy.
Big play.
Plows his way across the 25 and wrestled down finally as he gets to the 29-yard line.
He just bowls him over.
Yeah.
Just as we watch on the replay here, just runs right over the defender.
Luke Stevens for the Cougars tried to get down low, but didn't get down fast enough, and
Schmergy runs him over.
So another first down for the Redskins. Ball at the 30-yard line. And here's Wendell. He'll get hit in the backfield and dropped at the line of scrimmage. And Ray was in there on that tackle. I think that was also Hunter Monroe in there as well. So now under 4 minutes to play here in the ball game. Morgan again under center. And it will be Martin.
That was a good run that time by Logan. Brought it back across the left side, and he kind of got tripped up. If he didn't get tripped, he probably would have a little bit bigger of a gain. The Cougars still had some defenders back there, but he kind of lost his footing a little bit. But nonetheless, it was a very good run. You know, as Redskins starting to mix in some different players now, get them some experience, and that's exactly what you want to do when you've got a 28-point lead.
We'll be right back here next Friday night as the Redskins host the Shawnee Indians right here at Harmon Field, and another nice run off the right side.
Schmergy picks up the first down once again by running over people. And basically just imposing his will on the defenders and saying, I'm going to run right through you, and you can't stop me.
Yeah, and for Coach Fry, he's a huge asset to have because
absolutely.
I mean, you have a great stable of guys that can carry the ball. Wendell, Miracle, Greavy in there in the backfield as well, and Morgan can carry the ball too. He's under pressure here, but he escapes and he's going to run up the near sideline, find some room to the middle of the field. Still on his feet at the 30. He's down inside the 25, and he'll finally be tripped up and brought down as he gets to the 16-yard line.
What a play that time by Cody Morgan. When he scrambled out there to the left side, it looked like he was going to be brought down. And then it looked like he was going to pull up and throw and get rid of the ball, but he saw an opening. And that's what you look for in your young quarterback. He sees the opening, he takes it, and he gets some good help, some good blocks from his teammates downfield, and was really just one broken tackle away from 6. But nonetheless, a great run by Morgan. Put the Redskins in the red zone once again.
Here's a handoff. Martin to the near side, inside the 15, down to the 13-yard line.
As the Redskins continue to pile on these runs and just run the clock out here and near the end of the game. Coming up on a minute and a half to go here in the ball game.
Morgan will bring him to the line of scrimmage. And the handoff is to Martin again. He's spun around, holds on to the ball, and he'll go down at the 12-yard line. So not a whole lot there, but positive yards on second down.
So it'll be 3rd and 7 here, and I'm sure the Redskins will keep it on the ground again. Most likely, you know, another carry for Martin. Don't be surprised though to see him give it to Schmergy. You know, it is in that short yardage situation or mid-range. And no, it's going to be a pass. They're going to throw it in the end zone to Schmergy. Nope, it's Chrysler. Chrysler gets the touchdown.
Well, the Redskins haven't done much wrong tonight, and they capitalize again as they get into the end zone for the 5th time tonight. Nice pass from Cody Morgan.
Here's another look at it as you see him fake the handoff. Basically just about as perfectly thrown as you can make it.
And Chrysler just kind of glided back there, and it fell right into his hands. Extra point is up and good. And with 50 seconds left in our ball game, the Redskins tack on another touchdown and lead 35-0. You're watching high school football on TSC.
Are you hungry for some great food? Then come get some at CJ's Pizza. With fantastic prices and amazing food, you can't go wrong no matter what you order. Every Friday night during the football season, stop in and get an 18-inch 2-topping pizza and 20 wings for $25 between 4 and close. CJ's Pizza has 2 locations, the Grandview Plaza in Wapakoneta and on Main Street in Cridersville. CJ's Pizza. Come get some.
I call.
Since 1946, home and business owners have trusted Frost Roofing to help make the best roofing decision for their home building and budget.
Do you guarantee your work?
With an industry-leading 50-year labor and materials guarantee on select CertainTeed shingles, Frost Roofing has you covered.
So, what if I decide to move?
Frost will transfer this incredible warranty to the new owners, increasing the value of your home.
Church, home, or business, Frost Roofing offers you the comfort of knowing your roofing system is guaranteed by a professional roofer.
35-0, the Redskins with a decisive victory here tonight over the WBL foe, the Van Wert Cougars.
And we'll take this moment to apologize for the scoreboard there. A little inaccurate on our part. I'm sure our guys in the truck will get that fixed or get it taken out, but it's actually 35-0.
Here's the return across the 35 to the 36-yard line. And the Cougars will bring their offense back out onto the field one more time. One thing they have done tonight, Todd, is throw the ball deep.
They have. They've gotten a few big plays, you know, down the field, and 45 seconds left, or just under 45, 44.8. You know, I expect them to keep throwing, keep trying to put some points on the boards. Now we see the most of the fans on the Wapak side starting to head for the exits as the game's virtually over, but it's really been over for quite a while.
Now Williams will bring him out with 3 receivers. And he pitches it. It'll be Lloyd off the left side. He gets up across the 40 to the 42-yard line, a gain of about 4 on the play.
So barring anything unusual or a timeout by the Redskins, there should be just one more play left here unless they really try to hurry things up.
They do get to the line quickly, and Williams will be back to pass. He floats it down the left sideline. And incomplete, intended for Branson at the 22-yard line. Those two connected on one big pass play down that sideline earlier in the game, but the majority of the time tonight it's been well defended by the Redskins, and they just haven't connected.
No, they haven't. They've just struggled, you know, just to do anything offensively. And the referees are not counting it, but there's actually 12 Redskins on the field right now.
They really want to hold on to this shutout.
Yes, they do, and that's one way to do it.
Williams
11 isn't good enough. We'll just put up 12.
He fires it deep down the near side where it's caught by Branson. He'll go out of bounds inside the 20 at about the 17-yard line. So there's the connection between Williams and Branson. And they will try again as they get down here with just 10 seconds left. Here's another look at it. This one's coming right at you. And you see Branson make the catch and then get knocked out of bounds. And you see our cameraman putting his life in danger over there.
And a Redskin defender did come off the field after that play, so they're back to 11 on 11.
That pass deep into the corner of the end zone intended for Miller, but incomplete. And just 5 seconds left in this one, so the Cougars will get one more chance.
He's going to be slow to get up. Looks like he might have pulled a hamstring or he has a cramp. We'll see if we can get a look at it here.
Well, he didn't.
Yeah, it's his right leg there. He's still down on the field, obviously. You hate to see something like that. I would hope it's nothing serious.
Right,
you know,
because
with 5
Miller
seconds
has
left in the game.
Been one of their most productive players.
And he is off the field, and he's beyond the initial 3-yard zone there, so they're going to run the play.
I see.
Now they're going to have
Kramer is coming across.
Yep, coach is going to come across.
And you would hate to see, you know, something happen and somebody get over into that area and fall on him or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So better to get him off the field.
And he'll get a round of applause from the fans that are still here watching the game, and he and Coach will make their way back across.
He looks to be walking all right now, so maybe it was just a cramp, and that was, we'll hope the best for him. Miller, a 5'9", 152-pound junior.
So this should be the final play of the game. We'll see if the Redskins can keep the shutout.
Mm-hmm.
The suspense is killing us.
Ball at the 17-yard line. Williams out of the shotgun. He rolls out to the left, looking for Branson in the end zone, tipped away, and this ball game is over. The Redskins able to preserve the shutout by a final score of 35-0. We'll come back and wrap this one up on TSC.
When you see an orange truck, you think G.A. Windsor & Son Company. But the next time you see an orange G.A. Windsor & Son truck, we want you to think green. Why green? Because G.A. Windsor & Son are the original recyclers. Using a modern fleet of trucks, G.A. Windsor & Son Company collects food co-products from restaurants, food retailers, and food manufacturers in Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, and Kentucky. These food co-products are used to manufacture quality livestock and pet care feed ingredients. So the next time you see an orange G.A. Windsor & Son truck, think green.
A dominant performance here at Harmon Field tonight by the Wapakoneta Redskins as they polish off the Van Wert Cougars by a final score of 35-0. And Todd, this one not really ever in doubt for the Redskins as they took control in this one early and didn't let up.
They did. You know, they dominated pretty much every facet of the ball game. Their defense was very dominating tonight. They, you know, obviously got some sacks, interceptions, some key turnovers or some key stops when it looked like the Van Wert Cougars were going to knock on the door to get some points. But the Redskins D just stood up and basically said, no, this is our house. You're not going to do that. And they just stuffed them. Offensively, Wapak pretty much did what they wanted to, you know, from whether it was Schmergy running people over or throwing some play-action passes to Chrysler, you know, or, you know, the great play call with Miracle where he was wide open on the wheel route.
Yeah.
You know, just whatever they needed. And, of course, you know, it's not like the Redskins really did anything to win the special teams battle, but the Cougars kind of lost that battle. You know, they had a hard time punting tonight.
Right, and that put them in a hole early on, and they weren't able to climb out of it. The Redskins, with the win, improved to 5-3 on the season and 4-3 inside the WBL. The Cougars will fall now to 0-7 inside the conference and 0-8 overall. The Redskins will welcome the Shawnee Indians here at Harmon Field next week, and we'll have that ball game for you as well. We want to thank our sponsors and our crew for helping us to bring you the ball game here tonight. For Todd Utrup, I'm Dan Hirn. We'll take a look at highlights as we go out of this one. Thanks for joining us, everybody. You've been watching high school football on TSC.